What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Stocks to Watch. And we have an interesting setup. The index, Nifty and Bank Nifty, even Midcap Nifty, all of them are setting up for bearish price action. But on the other hand, Midcaps are kind of trying to have a party. So this particular video is going to have like a very different view in terms of trading the Midcaps and in terms of trading specific stocks, because there is relative strength play happening in a lot of sectors and a lot of stocks. And as far as the index is concerned, I especially in Nifty and in Midcap Nifty, I am bearish and I am expecting the markets to fall maybe another 3-4% from the index perspective. I've dropped in a video. You can check that out if you want to check out my view on the indices and the game plan. Now, as far as stocks are concerned, I think we've got some real estate companies over here. So number one is Brigade Enterprises. Now, Brigade is setting up with a very huge base. Today, the stock was up 9%. Now, we've seen Godrej Properties surge 10% in trade. And we've seen real estate companies do well because of their sales numbers that are coming in. Now, Brigade, I think it's a little extended, but the base is very good. We might see an explosive breakout. This is a risky one because the stock has already moved up 8%. Now, there is high volumes, which means that there could be signs of either liquidation or maybe some sort of consolidation. So, check Brigade Enterprises out, maybe from an intraday perspective, looks very good. Another one is DCM Shriram, which is currently breaking out of the base, and it also had its earnings. So it's a double whammy, and I think there is lots of liquidity above this high. So it's going to be interesting to see. Again, not one of my favorite names, both of them Brigade and DCM Shriram, because they've already moved up. Now, Ratan India Power is something that I prioritize over the other two, and I think this is a wonderful, beautiful setup with lots of volumes kicking in, and I think this stock is just ready to explode. Now, today, I think it hit an upper circuit, and I think this upper circuits would continue to be triggered. So, if you get an entry, I think there could be a lot of action in Ratan India Power, and fundamentals are improving. Obviously, the stock is trading at a lot cheaper valuations because the balance sheets are not very clean. But I think Ratan India Power, along with other power companies, I think they're going to have some action. KIOCL, now another company from the metal space. Now, this has been basing around, this has been moving for the last 2 days, but there is some supply at the top. So, I'm a little skeptical about whether it's going to move tomorrow or not, but still something to keep an eye on. Share India Securities, another very good structure. This is the kind of structure that we would like to trade. Now, it's coming out of the base. There is some supply, but I think if it takes this out, I think it's going to be an easy play. Now, Jubilant Foodworks, very, very interesting play. It has reacted, it's trading at very, very cheap valuations at the moment. And with a couple of bad quarters, the stock has been beaten down. So I think this base is going to be interesting to see on how the market reacts from here. Colgate Palmolive now, moving really, really high. Now, it's a very interesting thing that I want to show you. And that I will show you on the Discord server. So just allow me a minute. I will just switch my screen to Discord. So now, today we booked profits in Britannia. So we bought Britannia at 4682, I think a week back. And we caught this entire move. So that means FMCG has had some action. And I think that is, that could continue. And I think Colgate Palmolive looks very, very strong. So I think this is going to be an interesting play. Next up is Krishna. And this is trading near an area of demand, making a nice, tight little base. Now, hospital stocks, we're already long on Apollo Hospitals. I think all of you know that. And it's a disclaimer that please do your own due diligence before taking any investment decisions. But I think Krishna, Diagnostics is also setting up in a similar way. Now, Lupin, another pharma healthcare kind of a name. Setting up with a nice little base, looks very interesting. Sundaram Fasteners, not really a fan of these kind of breakouts, but it's similar to Brigade and DCM Shriram. From an intraday perspective, I think this could be great. Muthoot Microfinance, I think new IPO stock, forming a nice little base, volume dry up, very, very tight base happening in this area. So I think this has potential to kind of squeeze, and I think this could be one of the underdogs tomorrow. And I think don't be surprised if you see a candle like this. Next up is LG Equipments, again, setting up really nicely over here. Nice little contraction, two good volume days. There is supply at the top, but I think there is at least a 5-6% room for this stock to move. Again, not my favorite pick, but I think it still could be good. Next up, another pharma name, and that this time we have Sun Pharma. So we have been contracting and consolidating nicely, very tightly in this range. And if pharma as a whole starts to outperform, which it has been doing today and even yesterday. So I think this is going to be an interesting play. Auro Pharma, another pharma name about to break out of this title range. So pharma and healthcare are those themes that you would want to have a close eye on. Next up, we've got Balakrishna Industries from the tire and the automobile space. Very, very nice base. I mean, this is like picture perfect. Very nice tight range action over here. So I think it's a no-brainer for a trade, and this is also in the F&O segment. So it's going to be interesting. Next up is persistent trading at areas of demand, and I think there's a very low risk reward trade over here. I did attempt persistent previously as well. So I think, this is a pretty wide stop, but I think, stops over here, there could be an attempt. Now, this is a very risky one, but maybe if we start closing above this range, I think then there could be a trade. ESAB India, again, within a VCP, it's making like a very narrow range kind of a contraction, like a launch pad. Very, very interesting to see. Cosmo first, again, similar setup. Then we've got Vardhaman Acrylics, similar setup, forming a VCP at the areas of demand. Could be interesting to see how it performs. Aster DM, another healthcare hospital name, trading at important areas of demand, filled the entire void. Lots of volatility in the stock, but I think looks great. And then Oswal Agro, again, setting up with a nice pace. So there are a few names which looks really good. So if I want to just, go over it once again, Ratan India Power looks really, really good. I think Share India Securities looks good. Colgate Palmolive, Jubilant Foodworks, both of them look really nice. Apart from that, Muthoot Microfinance to me looks good. Sun Pharma to me looks good. Balakrishna to me looks good. And ESAB India looks good to me. So I think these are the top picks that I would want to play tomorrow. So if you are being helped by this analysis, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and drop a comment. Which one of these is your favorite names? And if you want to check out my Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis, you will see the video somewhere on the screen. Or maybe you can just go and check out my YouTube channel's homepage. You will find that video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye. Take care and all the best.